But they appeal I'll bring to the judge. Say, I pay the man. I just said, doctor, all you review. Over castle or cofa, a patient, no far, no guy. Over to me, I review the case. Why you book from? Mr. Obin Tase would be.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
That or Ghana is in charge. Nayanka Mobi answer. I buy any bottle to know why they are never boba. 2 hours and a day, young Franco will be a farm with you to the cat, the Yaya, the political trophy. I had the nipper be a goom. I could go out of the air, very baby, buy the end with a goom. Our fourth a young fat and before found in your politics wrong. And there, Obitaya, the dear was party.
Ati na aja mami musa miwura kwabra Adu-Boahene so the case no madaruma mo de adu say bibi omu a we ma atie for so ate
afa na tramta akopa conveyor belt number friend Cromwell ono ne na ye investigator
na be conveyor belt
free so otimifie and ordering my national security. Who are one in national security Yaduma? Only Kanda Pan Katai, only Afmani for the Tana Katai, and now all your Onyama. It's one Katai, you know. Again, national security, you know, the other support. And you know how the conjecture. Prosecution before the bank, no Merepan on the Nabano.
The Merepan on the Nabano.
Oh, yes. Everyone of the coffee. Baba, I never go.
So contempt authority, their court, their constitution, their mouth. And say no na, SSA or more regulative, when they are presiding over cases. So here is a case there, as far as you have not, on Larry court, the Herald court. And let me send the lawyers. I could be junction application. And they are to say until the determination of all those matters pending before the court of competent jurisdiction, he has no way to publish any story or story about Kevin Orchard. There is a petition be some multinationals extra. Edema, the CID, the Yoku, the AG, for some investigation of the sort should be conducted in Iraq, Kelvin Orchard, the company being there to must be or publishing it. Just publishing that petition was cited for contempt. General Justice Asari, sitting at the Accra High Court, I think yes, in as much as I have respect for the court and the judge in particular, I think that way he was too I think it was high-handedness. It should have been some reprimanding and also conviction to some penalty fine. But to say you are convicting him custodial sentence on Concordia prison. I think there is a blow on Mother Ghana as far as our democratic credentials are concerned, and also attempt to repeal the criminal libel law that sought to gag the media. So it's unfortunate. But doesn't mean that Central for you must be it's of public interest. As a Ghana we are there to reveal what the earth might not reveal and what the sun can say. We are there to let Ghanaians know near my caution. So Juma, when we are discharging our responsibilities now, will be run to court to go seek this injunction to muzzle us, collaborate in issues like this. It's not about trying to gag us or this high-handedness of a sentence that should be preferred and not to be ruled against us. So That is what happened yesterday. But
it make us say
you know,
as
there
we
are
speak, you
provisions
know,
in
you
the law.
are Larry. One more than a call. What he found.
Say, and a police for now more court, no. So they carried on with more processes and so forth. But and then the team of lawyers are more representing at least the needful. Sebaya and the better a court. The court. See, Yabako, as I speak to you, I'm on my way. Yabako, because Indiana, somewhere Atono, Atu and so that is what I'm saying. Sir, injunction, the same way. The Bashana will fight it. Sabaya and so forth, but near your Majuma. It's unfortunate, but these are the hazards of the job. We service to God and country, and so we take it in our stride. We will not be deterred. Will not be muzzled out, but we shall continue to discharge our duties responsibly. So, Kwame, that is it. But like you said, these are hazards, and we will go and see redress at the same court, and I know the court will bear with us.
At all, the same court and Mobako and Mobako. Because the Mimi say you can't be a contempt. I was scandalized the court no and this and a court no Ejina so in respect of contempt in Edward Kotum. It is why said by the Council for Herald no newspaper
depends on
Larry Musako court. Why?
Court. So that judgment can be set aside for any onion farm. So we are going. I mean, we are yes, a corny court at Coco, then yes, a call aqua book court and you know the law is there, and so we respect the law. Unim Larry is somebody who is law abiding and respects the law, and so just that is unfortunate. So we are there. We support and ensure that his freedom is granted.
I see. Now, my member no pedi edinko bobi na so pese ka wonya a bite on and command na yedi. Wada mama menchi o kakra.
No, it's just about this Sedina at Yonuta Mekulun Semi. See, Kwame, yeah, seeing now all the commentaries, government in an attempt to explain the issues away. And then when Manchester South MP Kasa also ran a check until June 24th, no now almost started to buy and now we need any prison facility. And before that, say early this year, and the accomplice was granted bail pending appeal. See, this only reminds me of Nsembia, former Auditor General, Ebeka Suga. He's on record to have said, even the president is apprehensive. The corruption in sense you want to me idea. Be at the Assembly Bagana. On that, you see, when we are handling corruption cases like this, we should be very careful. Because you see, Ghanaians will not have the trust and confidence in the whole governance system. Corruption is corruption. Nipano, a court has been convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction. Yes, I mean, Omudinaba, or some court now or starting a sentence. Now whatever appeal on by no my year, but see near my yet and now waha way explain here open say Ebanisa doesn't mean say you have to belong to a political party or when you belong to the two major political parties. Now who said you bokro noa he will be found at the taxpayers' money. I think you know the quantum of money. I can say Maslow, Sasikano, they couldn't account for. And so what are we doing? That money that could have drilled some borehole somewhere to build some 15-unit classroom, 6-unit classroom block, baby. And so what are we doing? And now, 21st century, when you go to some villages and towns, then people drinking from the same well. Is that what we should be happy of? So I think we should breathe life into this our corruption fight to ensure that the public will get that confidence and trust in institutions of state and in government. And this is not limited to this government, and I mean all government. Because you see, Mr. Manchester South MP Kasano, the lawyer, or can say nolly prosecute, that nolly prosecute now, Mr. Ejibaya would discontinue questions, and more. So, Kwame Minyaya and Kasan case Minyana trouble here, and my court now discharging Crawford honorably. But Uba now say because it's provided for, you have the authority to discontinue cases and do it. You see, it makes nonsense of our corruption fight. And I fear from Mother Ghana say, we are going, should we be going cap in hand when we cannot protect our little resources that we generate? What you are here. So I think that you say you're about the fight corruption. We should just be firm and fight corruption. We shouldn't create the impression for Ghanaians to feel that you need to belong to a political party or the two major political parties. So you can go scot-free even when you steal public money or even when you are convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction for having committed crime. That shouldn't be the case. I think the rule of law must work. And nobody is above the laws of this country. Nobody is above the laws of this country. So we must breathe life into the rule of law. The law should not be respected of persons. So, Kwame, I just want the two major political, and particularly to government say, the current government say, yes, we should fight this corruption canker. That is the only way we can build a better, progressive, and a developed Ghana. Because we need the resources to develop. And we cannot allow people to just, dissipate our resources and get away with it. That is my plea.
And there is quite also person. I saw quite a bit of but we are 14 departments. Not when I can, but whatever they say, but from social media, probably no money viewer. So for the pa, any funny woman free on by the bay or day of Pami. No more, yeah. I can't have a chance and so far. Open your Zeniba food, yes, sir. The carrier thing as a four. Or come out stand out the baby gill and what or game of pa. Or big of pa. And MPP, no, the my composition, or someone say, and send me say, because if you are no woman, you do not open any way. If you are no woman, you do not be your way. Sabo, no man, and you can't anymore. That time, not committee of health and any way. The same committee of health in the and I can't do any way. The beat up, they ran away. You sit down with Jojo and then you will back together. But what you send the Panacas, man, I'm not and crabby. I'm a true bruise or Mundi do not them. No more get the home day. What kind of 2027 of farming? Since his own person yet. Also,
and what baby say 2027 pan 2027 yet. Sabre no Bacasa and one Cassani. Me won say nkofo bebira atwotwo e wo social media ne ade me pese me bobodin an ne obakasa wan kasa ebinu kwa say the party must act now. Yes sir, what is hard is an wagu party minim say what tie social media commentary ni ade ade
family ba party they acting now. What will be of the consequence? What afena can over by politics about brand. What will be of the consequence? Family so say you over politics about brand. La political party any party there.
Yeah, the nipa
one person now the nipa thousands of nipa never qua. And then you have to set up. Now what the social media now can say on the sort of what has he got to lose? Nothing. Nothing, Kwame. I can't call on them people to set up and then revise their notes. Just Kwame MPP set in opposition you go. Some people position go. I want to say, want to catch us to be and your politics and a hello. Odi
Bankofo sisi eye party awodo. Eno so be ne Yewa Jojo Tibo susu e kan wo se the base na wo mote no. Yewa Kennedy kompre kwa Japan ne baba be di the base nanim party nanim na wono mo de akosi agan. Enti akoma suro bi abase na wo koi wo de dom ko. Na me de ada bia me kano ambrase ene obuo kwan so se unity ya na nke ehia. Ujidi se sabre nka tetewa yewo BJ Daurocha tetewa yewo JH Mensa tetewa yewo enkofo titire CK Tedam tetewa yewo nipa bi chamafo komu tetewa yewo nipa bi ana omudi ntitiman pa etise uswa yewo uswa jimanom ene enkofo no ye party mpanimfo ya de ye huni ene kamu ba hunu bi
Mata. Asabna no aka nke mata. Badanya basa nkina aba omokwako.
Asiye kwa uba kumase a sabre ye wo FF antonom ye wo doctor say don kofo dwonom ye wo chese. Asi
family nipa obo mudin wo de ye fa sanctuary dim. Back in strong beach. Obi ayi koma omunkatae. E fa say doctor don kofo dwompu de unity wa emre. Ensem bi o ha bia obeka bi bat omufanya bi go
ewa ya mankwa wo ho ye wo FF anto wo ho
o sandi pa bo mudin na kwa me omuka obi amfanya he because party no baby ekudi ye no ani baby ababu dume asai na ana MPP party
se bi ekudi ye na party ekudi MPP for monsem
MPP party kwa me kete awu ke ante die se ukemu Santino Chane kasa MPP ni pa yibi se kwania who result the phone
hey kai papa na ne friend bikai no
bikai don't bikai because discipline
ana na no say me hwese sabi nya kasa me chairman abonye echi doctor na ne pa doctor na ne edi ni gina ho se kanea na aye doctor no na nlokro na de mankofo nani nyina ya wuduo numa no wu Emma doctor na ne wono ye senior gynecologist ko for time ni Rose minister nie ni health minister nie hey
ena meka se doctor na ne na wa na John say e bi afọ de bogu na politics John career etina wo kana ubeti aka wo ya fa doctor na no
usuo fra
no ya budu now bi na make kwa bi dem ti bika aso a wo ubeda kwa unti jini kwa wa ikiri mpo emfa meho
pas wonim mamema jamfi bikai abakosem baako wonim se party nti wakwaje bosia e de bre MPP se onfanye party no e ko wi ase ye ton dan party amwa
no ne dan ye ton ne dan na e kwa minimum na e ko wi ase ye ton ne dan
ni dan jamfi bikai ton dan party ba power obi afi ne one ne ma
MPP no omo guno me shake to ban
okay o we ajeni mbwati nyame fa cleanse
ajeni mbwati nkare
sacrifice omo ye
na mama party no agija because panyi bi ani sasa na kana na mbwa
ai
panyi bi ani party na agija ama na family ya for contribution within MPP tanka that's because what I say or they on fire yes or they political so they idea pa mami ka ya for ka me mami asem make a trone so ye ka Africa for more mutka Africa we ya Ghana mami ko ka Africa tapo so ya na dream say omo ko na anya na o dey drain na or they are kind of figure out their juma. Mami, as Africans are for coming. Was sacrificing a life all this while for the MPP. After a year, the insult upon insult. I mean, I know I'm a jail like a big boy. I will be a mechanic. Now, I know I'm dealing with our caca. It's a program. And I took up. We didn't know our caca. What's it? After I can't count any yard. And I will say. Nipa say omona Dr. Baumia show omodi na teblo obetumi aka the same thing say it be the can omo so omodi Dr. Baumia teblo can for na with all due respect say one for prime minister
Baby,
say you no for anybody do say na neka mama two instance for anan of fire because of so did Dr. Baumia
me kai pass. I be kwa na northern region, oh baby.
I'll accept it. Because what can some man unpay? Mammy, Dr. Baumia, the instant.
Hey, beer, also different approach. On your best flower catch was a cratchy. Unim say me Dr. Baumia me pass on be. Fine kon the oka we in ye, a deeper na ye party in tin, mempamo, but a coca be.
Approach me a on paper.
Yeah, until baby,
approach me a
but you're until baby.
Your crime was the instant affair. Dr. Baumia, on an alcohol for care of you.
Annie.
My guy, I didn't need that. And I'll come here, I can't catch you at the right time. No, or pursue take it time or reflection on your join a campaign. I died complaints I can't be your mood on my family.
I was wrong.
Complain.
And one said, "Oh, your mother joining campaign back." And you may be away a day muscle.
That must have been. That was already in family. The person who there
Must say complain in Libya, ye be wodwuma. Ye call ye no papa no aka say niam we in the course wa. Meni enye ho.
Let's say, I mean, I know Dr. Takeli Dima Bonte Macase. I call Dr. Baumia, only in common. You fish and no maybe you're complaining, you basically asking for no day. Okay. Dr. Takeli Dima.
For the kind.
Family. Obi anu a o e friend say at the video monopoly. Obi a betimi akasa bi nsema enye. Bani pa na ikom no no na any opinion or say afa say na ko e mo ne nya adwen problem no no an say asoma wo kan nkesa because be information bi ho ana unim. The same as also information ni na mo tumu. Na all of a sudden what nkwagu abonten mo yin so te no na me bo san kra na o yin so te ken na mo sa mo no poli omo ne ken na Japan why na kasa nya nipa
Nipa mo ko ai me hye dem nim wo mo na nsan ya na esensu ato agya yi a wo mo ate asimu ai
na kwa be the one radio jiboche you know trip ma fi ake Udi don't want to go to Baba.
ye de ka kire me na nti
Obi after no pa. First na ya say MPP na komudi carry extra. Say every mo kwano.
Asasa
Oko na juma. On play ade so aro eku because that's why me no wa oto dade o ka say a dade ni MPP ni man. Uhi an kwa de aba be do ba.
sa wo mo de no wo mo ye kom ye di ya hoye santini what's some my ya wo no beka
About 10 hours, maybe a full hour prepared. For Konoka could do Robert on the store. The beauty at Swaba. And over say, you're not discussing. I didn't come out to your troop, and they all this at 4 Kakabatua years.
ani
Number close shop, apart from an we are the room.
in wo what no
And that's at 3:30 a.m. Let me come back, we never had a ma or won't do a performance. Oh no, MPP now you see the try man. They say assessor, what is out? I mean assessor. Dia ko mo na ni wi ade sa no du a na bo so de no. Oni wi improve. Na unim omo kuma se akwa no. Omo business friend on peke support.
and they just ka kire
Mami, o de abani buma na no mbek.
di pampana de sa Panama
Hello, Becky. Respect to be anyone insult and the order of the day. No problem. You know, no, he's not worried though. Okay, I'll be a bit breaking it out. Okay, he's out.
na we no yentimi nkama asomdwe ma
wana ho mo ne beka
ya national council wo ho ya neck wo ho of elders wo ho
kwame neck national council mo ho ni
ya de mu ya chemu
na ada nyom kaza no mai ku ana okay for the first time obi boy me oyobia me penafem because me no personal relationship but in some of the case no TikTok I know that don't do bit of Japan about Dr. Babia said my Japan and the opinion yeah obi tweet radio to cassette about so not two room so for
hey
wow
Wobi Casa.
Ah, now that you're bringing the car. My car now, someone pick up on somehow out of the moon. The wood not tell me. You need to the okay, who you have to car, but you have cash your moon. Pick up on somehow out of the moon.
Hey, a big argument since on the say. Party away. Obi a obu hard na ho de na boa obi di nim de obi di ni sika obi di ye we ena ye nipa e wo party ni mu ena ye kan mu nyina bomu efe om MPP ma se wo yi nipa free mu a de ni MPP a e wo wa e hu enti no se wo party mu so a na wate ase se wo maboa sika fam maboa ho de fam de mom nyame nkoa me de a me ye ena ma na ye sa eti bi no se oh ene nka yewura kan minim se wate se nke beba sa akwa se ne party no onya yi akono anfirim dansem keka no minim se wate sansem wo ya
Mame mate na de onu film I mean o film a de na onu Hello Mame
mi chewo
ya wo eni fabia o mo ba MPP e be nye ska kenken Japan
o ni pa bia wa dey
o ma ba MPP ma be nye ska kenken Japan oh MPP
ya wo de ba no so bo se kwa wa ya contract ya wa gege ye efa energy efa wan Ghana gas wo de nyina ba be guabonten a kire se wo di diesin wo bia minim so wate sa asen na
omo de ba bonten a fe omo famra bonten na enkofo omonya MPP ni faso a kenken Japan do say that you must cap one.
That's your point.
Don't say that you must cap one. Don't say. Now, review. They are no more from one. Don't say that you must cap one. See, would you go up on Tiana? I there would you go up on Tiana Japan. Now, I don't know. After we saw the green news today, yeah, now over there, meaning.
I present and Boahene assassin ready.
Now God what did I for from this? Now I could say Japan. You're too free baby or yet, but Japan the man baby. No, they know. I was sick. And now yeah, Japan the man that what did I could baby a lot of moment. Come I have tested a bit a general be a customer for Ken Woman. His Excellency the former Vice President up on the da.
Ebi minti ebi o dia.
TV da. And now we are yet attacking the answer about Tiaga Cassette. Upon the Honda class in some on the kind or no low in tea. Said you want to, but when to be anti action, yeah. What I suppose you say that be a the alone for forward work or the two the away. To need to be able to pass. Be a change now. Bobby. Wababa kasa say omamu 2027 mo hwe de besia political party here in Ghana ya nambo
we are ya no the kind of dump me baho come and show solidarity. I think that is the way to go. Kwame, it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate in as much as it's provided for in the constitution and to be specific Article 126.
Honorable Samuel, attaching your granimuni. Na no entry and combo and fat and send be a Hinyama or my home. Council, when you may any part memo kwaba.
But you so
I don't want to say.
I already did moment home yet.
Me. And I'm one that over so you watch. I want to make a sim. nanka yesi 3rd July na court no di atemu beba oba ye no watutu na mom mehu se wo the application akose nka judgment no kwa court no di fair judgment no isansa wo ba ye no na wunya daagye hwe record of proceedings ni mu baby a efiri a mo ba be dru baby a etie e be se me fanse bi a chronology of facts ni ma wo a epie mu cross examination ni mu hwan mu case management inu kwa ne du hono kwa de be ne koye bia na bibia koche what me gina so a file addresses what file to the court amati say 29th and court no de atemu ebeba ewo application oye yin na boy won komo kakransa na de to aso me de aba
yo me da wa say asem no anu about the tofa no lawyer bi ni hwa sabi bitumi ye juma papa edi aboa the client no agisa asem no ate ase pa na enti ase no be kire no embara wo nusu menimu a the client no ene aye kasai mini apia kubi ono a man personal reasons out to be kubi attorney general kesi aye kasai odi amaban nti attorney general kura lawyer ana ye ni a won to be kura lawyer nti ebeye den me own kura lawyer no obetumi ama na asem no akọ judge n'anim ni emre dodo a okotiketo bia otumi obetumi akojo nti se wohia lawyer ne de constitution ni kura kasa the right to counsel no constitution ni kasa pa the right to counsel yes from the beginning no go on ekosi se the case ye be vie akudi be bo aten na kofo bebre wa on the written submission na written submission no ye attorney general na o ka se na nsema ma body po no ife mu pa de a atese o convict to ni pa no also for accused person also actually on the written submission issue so case no cry no improve beyond reasonable doubt it would be convicted ni pa no embra a support to case na o the actual written submission the catch-up say judge me ahwe written submission to akase look I want to adopt what has been stated by counsel for the accused. Say, case we won't prove beyond reasonable doubt. Now, while critiquing at least, say, the to be CDR, and then now, Obika say, justice, and who be back for pass the judge, never mind memory. Nothing you all starting case with any okay. Must come back, I could see. Now, me now want to say, but the key decision I bet one time. Say, Obi said, way, and to see a big dear boy, boom to me. Now, criminal justice system, no, of a city traffic. At the sort of cafe, carpenter, and now into business man, and your dentist. I found out I was only Obi Diabuano. Now, I tell you, I had the past, would be lawyer, or that's always submission now. And then now, Attorney General the Ministry of Justice, not yet. What is the meaning of justice? Obi no one war. Yes, rather, somewhere the other way, the dear and the wound to be lawyer. And the assembly do the inform the climax, written submission. Now, written submission to be here. I didn't have that form of a man of the now I throw a new dish wound to me. Na judge no a kind ni attending na atroa na o kind ni amiti matroa na we taking the decision the here ni say anybody should be in an ambulance motor and you need be care craft could be announced in the care control just delivery system ya na e ma pa say ni nya wotre say o defer judgment na e better na affect your body.
Yeah, me who are dear beer, social media say prosecution no so I affidavit in opposition. I want so deposed to by state attorney Nana Ama Prempe. I want so can say prosecution say or prince ma who defer or print the body about to court name defer. ebema atemu adwuma no atwentwe na sanan se de nimguase bi aba esan se was say wo per record of proceedings a wo ka say for lack of records no na asana de ahwe judgment ni mo aye na enu no ewo de wo bedi na de eye oyewura andi apia kubi it was not just record through his affidavit position na o ma deposit to say ebe ya nka ma court ni ntie de wo ka no yes sir ebe sa ye a case law and a precedent in law say will be so awareness judgment is set to be delivered now we changing lawyer no ma sa de yaba mo amuni mumrei say say next say ya panya pa say prosecution no aye bibi sa et say
well they can me hu nie a friend prosecution na nie e be say kaka say no credit ya afedi ye kwa ye ho argument ye bi aminka was be be na nie wo mu say the charge no e ka kire the whole Ghana say menya botre na ya tro you know register mama sha how does the government suffer right no so ka say papa no enye india papa no entro register mission na sebi asem no captain dia assistant lawyer ni die judge na ni mo no judge na ahwe na hukumu no a suffer it will say near no a me person my argument is here me dey says attorney general minister of justice dia na nye say of course okay ye first case to medica we are in an ambulance with the dey will be dia so say application the court to uphold it me dey nye attorney general no
and some people within the government have come to me and they have given me, they've said come with 500 million. Do you know how many big push projects I can do? But bribe me with 10%. The police have not invited him for answering. National Security has not invited him for answering. Nobody in the NDC is saying anything. But a man put a picture of the president on the possible board, say Dumso is back, he's detained, he's facing trial. I want you to understand how this government prioritizes what it thinks are important to it. That the picture of the president saying Dumso is back is a national security concern. But a 500 million alleged bribe, that one is nothing. We'll leave that to the Ghanaians. Who were the men and women behind that contract and where are they? Why are we not investigating that? Number one. Two.
Should the investigation also cover the Agenda 111?
In fact, it should go beyond that. It should go beyond that. Remember, and let me tie that into it. Okay. The road minister, the road minister has come out to tell us that so many people are taking money to go to contract, they've not gone to the site. Who are they? Who gave them the money? Why were they giving the money? And why are they not aside? That is part of the what? You remember when they came and said single source or whatever contract? Part of it. If you go and give a multi-million-dollar contract to a wheelbarrow contractor and he's not aside. No, I'm still staying with it. So good. I'm staying with Ken. So I'm saying about he made a point. He made a point. He actually made a point. He said, literally was saying that the popular Ghanaian saying, if a frog comes up, the water, blah, blah, blah. Well, Canada Japan is saying that people within this government came to him. He kept his wife.
Is he with that?
He know. But honestly, I respect him when he talk. I just say. So they came to him.
Well, put me right.
The people within the government came to him and his wife, and said, "Here's a $500 million contract. Take and give us our kickback." Who are those? So I'm waiting for Ken to sing. Honestly, I can't wait for. I don't think. I think 27 is too far. They can go there. He should sing. In the songs he will sing, he should make sure that the names of these men and women too are mentioned. Okay. The name of these people too are mentioned, so that we'll add it to the song and see whether we are money we're dancing. That's the first thing. The second thing, let's go back to this. You read a statement by Samuel Oku. Yes. Thank you, Honorable Samuel.
Sabotage.
It is obvious and it is clear that there are certain religious and tribal bigots outside there who will not want to see a Muslim as president of this country.
Really?
There are certain religious and tribal bigots there who will do any and everything to sabotage the will of the people. As a society, once in a while, we need to call them out. And for me, if your idea against a candidate or against a person is rooted in this hatred, in this sabotage, then you are not good for this country. Those do exist, and we must begin being honest and transparent in how we talk about these things.
And Ken is one. Sorry, I want to follow you. Because we are talking about Ken.
I was just waiting.
You are talking about Ken, I'm talking about religious and tribal bigots in our government.
Help us.
Who are those who gave the money to Ken?
Who gave money?
Ken said people came and gave him a contract for money. Who are they?
No, his wife, not him.
No, his wife. So his wife. So who are they? Who are they?
No, he said you people have taken the 10%. The man is with you.
Honestly,
he said, you are allowing him.
There was a reason why.
The investigation should come.
There's a reason why. Moro,
talk about it.
There's a reason why I did not heckle him.
Thank you. You proceed.
Okay. But you are allowing him
$7.9 million.
If you please, I'm actually good at heckling.
Don't worry.
I'm very good at
it. Please. He won't do that.
I wanted to assist.
Yes, he promises never to do that.
And so our body politics has gone beyond that.
Right. But he wants clarity.
He wants I don't owe him clarity.
When you talked about the tribal.
I'm saying that I've said that. Okay. I mean, they are.
Is Ken one of them?
I don't know.
But context is key.
I understand, but I'm contextualizing what I'm also saying. What I'm saying is that
why don't you call a spade a spade? If you think
if you think that's it, I'm not saying it. I'm just telling you what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there are tribal religious bigots outside there who are also saboteurs and who will do everything to make sure you don't see a Muslim as president of this country. They are there. I've said that. That's what I would say. I'm not struggling to say it.
Okay.
They are there. Good. So we must understand those things and make sure that as a country we've evolved, as a country we've grown, as a country we've gone beyond that. And that it is important that when issues like this happen, we summon our better angels. We don't degenerate into our worst fears. We've got to do that. We owe that to this country, we owe that to this generation, and we owe that to say that a man's character, a wife should be judged based by his merits, based by what he has done, not which God he prays to and how he prays to, and not his geographical locations. We ought to do that. Until we do that, if we sit down and we think that because of political expediency, let us engage in this, and because it will not be doing ourselves good and will not be doing this country any good. That is what I want to say.
But these bigots you talked about have always been who they are.
Exactly. And it is important that we also keep reminding decent minded Ghanaians that they do exist. And they come in different forms and in different shapes. And that we should let it be there. Yeah, we should add it to the public discourse. Let me go. If not, let's go back. There's something about our hospitals, our clinics.
Yes.
And I think the other day is the Honorable Collins, what's his name in Parliament? Adumako also. Collins Adumako, who on another show with one of a colleague MP, I think Honorable Vandi, asked the question. But for me, I don't want to go there. There are records. And you see, there was this document running around the whole of last week about parliamentary proceedings, about the first budget that this government submitted.
Right.
And about a portion of the budget, literally the finance minister was saying that Afare Hospital is 98% complete. That is, you are from a house of records. That is in the record. The record states that, and this is not a record that is by Honorable Anta, who say it.
But that's not wrong.
Please, again, I will do you some.
Don't worry.
I will do you some.
You talk.
I'm putting on record, I will do you some.
I'm just helping.
In the House of Records, saying that the hospital is 98% complete. I've also heard the minority, the ranking member on health, I think that is Honorable Professor Bayu, saying that they only need to send water there, they need to construct the roads, and then they need to get power there. 3 things. He says, with those things, it can be open. This is where we are. So for me, what he says tie in with what is in the record in Parliament that is 98% complete. So if a hospital is 98%, and if the only 3 things the hospital needs are utilities to complete, these are public utilities, those are things that the state the state can provide to succeed. Look, all this thing came around as a result of what? A strike action or in CAT. So the question that I ask is that during COVID, if you remember, what's his name? UGMC was not completed.
What do you make of this? Should Ken be sanctioned? Should he be punished for speaking his mind?
You see, so when you are dealing with a political party made up of people who are very unprincipled, this is what you get. First and foremost, this is a party not long ago who were on the neck of security agencies, that even though some of the things that were being said by their own people were clear and were against the laws of the Republic, particularly section 207, 208 of our criminal code. And yet they knew it. Some of the people who were speaking were lawyers. They said, no, the government has an agenda against free speech and that people should be allowed to speak freely, regardless. This is a man who has not even said anything close to what others have said. He is just saying the things he's been saying, and they've been cheering him on. In fact, for years. The man has said so many things. I mean, Honorable Kennedy, Japan, has said so many things, and they've applauded him. Some of which have inured to their political benefit. They won elections with them. What you mean? Whatever. I don't want to remind viewers of some of the things. Some cannot be said here. And they were cheering him on. In fact, when he was even arrested, look, they brought the whole of Accra to a standstill. The MPP. Why? But if you are one who would leave a dog for a tiger, when you nurture it, eventually you will see the trait. And it's up to you. You have to take whatever you brought up. You see, but in this case, this particular one, I don't even see any problem with it. But if this is how they want to go about it, it's their own cup of tea. What has the man said? And I'll refer to their constitution for you to understand if it breaches, and you can let's do that.
Well, they say he's violated Article 3
which is
of the MPP's constitution.
Which is what? What does it say?
It requires members to be truthful and loyal to the party and
It's
protect
not a
and promote
quotation.
the
I have
name
that
of the party.
It requires members to be what?
To be truthful and loyal to the party and to protect and promote the good name of the party.
Yes, but of course, the man, according to him, is saying the truth. He's not lying. He's not lying. He's not said he's lying. Who determines who is lying?
But that's his truth.
Yes, but I mean, everybody's truth, whatever others are saying, is their own truth.
Yes.
Who subjected this to any rigorous scrutiny to know who is telling the truth or not? And since when did this article become part of their constitution? We've heard what Abronya has been saying against this man and other people. Is Kennedy Japan no longer an MPP person? So if it is said against him, it's fine. That one is gospel. But if he says anything against any other person, that's where you draw the line. If you are expelling him, it's your matter. We don't care. But for me, he said nothing that deserves this kind of attention. But if you want to grant him, to the extent that Samuel who wants to join this, he is experienced. This is how they want to. Look, this is a man. What is he saying? Fact. Is it true that the MPP shamelessly did what they did at Afari? Some of their own people cannot even defend it. You've seen the videos that is going around. When Dr. Bawumia said he's been assured that in 2022, the Afari project will be completed. The videos are all over. Dr. Bawumia himself, as Vice President of the Republic. It is a fact, per the report, we don't have time, that the structure itself was over 90% complete. Just within 2 years. Because the construction actually started in 2014. What has been discussed before 2014 is not really the issue. But when it started, within 2 years, 90%, over 90% of the structure was put. And then you came. And this is a region that gives you the highest vote. In fact, all your political fortunes depend on this region. And you have the likes of Honorable and you free and co, who now are shouting on top of the roof that something needs to be done. They were in power. For 8 years, what did you do? And they keep telling us it's not true that we didn't do it. Tell us what you did. We brought this water, we brought this cup. Tell us. They always say that we did something. 90% complete for the architecture, just the biomedical installations and all that. Within 8 years, couldn't do. And you are telling us that it's due to some disagreements and whatever, which you couldn't resolve. And this government comes and is saddled with all this confusion. Now the contractor is claiming so much money. We need to go and find the money and go back to it. Then you go and take cutlasses when you don't even read your own compounds, your own place. I mean, you are not the people who clears the reader. Yet you could take cutlasses, including some ladies I don't want to, who are members of parliament.
They're patriotic citizens.
And they just become patriotic. They weren't before.
Well, we cannot become patriotic at some point.
At some point. Yes. So they are now patriotic. We thank God that they weren't within the 8 years, but they are now. And then you walk there and you want just the optics because you think Ghanaians are dumb. And when the backlash comes and your own man is exposing you, then we feel Ghanaian. It should be celebrated. Your being has rather been patriotic because you know you failed. So in this particular instance, I celebrate Ken for coming up, even though his tradition is being disingenuous. He says, I will tell the truth for the people of Ghana.
But in telling the truth, he's ended up throwing his own party under the bus.
But so we are encouraging people to lie regardless, people to deceive the people of Ghana.
No, just keep quiet.
But why should we keep quiet?
You're embarrassed your party.
No, but you see, that's why I'm saying that since when things have been said, when he was saying things against other people, you celebrated him. Did you subject him to the scrutiny you want us to subject him to, whether he was speaking the truth or not? So you've not, because it's against you, and is that what their constitution says? That if it is against you, then you can activate the provision of it. Look, if you read their constitution, it defines this anti-party whatever behavior as a speed that undermines the party's unity.
Yeah.
Violates established codes of conduct and brings the party into disrepute. Tell me where this comes in. He says we failed the people of Ashanti region. But he said the only person who is saying, in fact, Dr. Baumia on some occasion when he was doing this, was it thank you to or whatever, he admitted to certain things that we didn't do this, we did. In fact, Dr. Baumia on a platform, he said he was even surprised to hear from, and I was shocked to hear from him. He said that at the time Ghanaians were suffering, they were doing certain things that did not inure to the benefit of Ghanaians. To smooth them, you've lost election. People are telling you the truth that we failed this, we failed that. How is that supposed to be? So you should be quiet because you want Ghanaians to be deceived. He would not.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, what we are saying is this. Look, for me, if Ken is saying what he is saying, and this can land him in this trouble, I encourage them to proceed.
Okay.
Because the man is saying that next year he will tell us more. We are waiting. Let me even give you this. This issue of the 10%, he said, is that the reason they want to subject him to this? The man is saying that you people took the contracts and came to sell the contracts to him and other people and took 10% away. Is it true or false? Were you not in this country when the deputy finance minister came to parliament on the 10th day of March 2025, 3rd day, and told the people of Ghana that the president had initiated a certain investigation into the Agenda 111, and the Auditor General's report, which is dated, which report is dated, I think, in March 2025, said that 35 contractors had taken a whooping $7.9 million, but failed to even turn up at the site. This is what the Auditor General's report is saying. If they want prosecution, it will happen. Because you see, for you to take $7.9 million as mobilization and vote, it means that there are accomplices within the system. There is no way a contractor could take such a whooping amount, and vote without the authorities, the public servants or the people, public authorities, watch him to vote. It means that they are all accomplices. So if Ken is saying this, we are not surprised. But we want further details. And you see, if anybody quotes anything Ken may have said against NDC, the person may be would be misleading them. Because you sit here, if I ask you what pertains in Metro TV, you would be in a position to tell me more. But you can't tell me much about what happens in GTV or TV3. I will believe you if you speak about matters in Metro than elsewhere. So anybody who tries to equalize by saying he said this against you too, that's unfair. Right. Because he is within. Okay. We will believe him because he is with you. He said they came to sell the contract to him. Don't equalize, because as for us, he's not with us. He may be lying, but yours he is within. Okay. So we will take it as the gospel.
Officers. One is straightforward. Mr. Samuel Tete has come to the age limit of his service, so he's retiring. So there's no qualms about it. Dr. Bosman Asare, he has been very specific in the reason why he's resigning. So he said that I think he has served Ghana in one particular capacity. Before he became the EC deputy chair, he was at the Department of Political Science. He was my former head of department. And then when MPP government came, he was appointed to that particular position. And he accepted, thinking that he's going to serve the country in another capacity. So I think he believes he has done it to the point that he wants to go back to academia. And I think in a lot of countries, usually, I think particularly Japan and other Southeast Asian countries, they usually want people who have served in the public sector with practical experience to go back to the classroom. Because it's there that you are able to combine both theory and practice to be able to better shape and train the way our future leaders deserve to be trained. So if he believes that he's going back to academia, he stated it clearly that that's the reason why. Now, people are reading a lot of meanings into it, that NDC said when they come to power, they're going to sack him and then Jean. But if that is actually the reason that is pushing him, why is the EC chair herself not resigning? Right. You understand? If it was that kind of, there's a government pressure behind the scenes and that has pushed him, then why is the EC chair herself not resigning? And just like you've mentioned, there was another petition recently to get 2 deputies and the EC chair herself removed. And the president submitted it to the Chief Justice, and the Chief Justice found no, what's the name? Prima facie case against it. So if it was vindictive from government, though I understand perfectly that the judiciary is an independent institution, but also know that they can sometimes be a little bit of political influence. So if it was government-induced or government instigated, you will have seen that things will have worked very differently. So I believe that, like Felix Ofosu-Kwakye mentioned, Dr. Bosman Asare believed that it is high time he started serving this nation in a very different capacity, and government had no hand in it. But now, the difficulty has to do with the former Chief Justice,